What's going on, guys? I'm Jesse from Jesse's Garage and Adventures, and in today's video we're going to be installing this HiBOOST Travel 3.0 Explorer X. I'm going to mainly just go over what's in the package, and then we'll skip to after I've got it installed. I don't think you guys necessarily need to know all my little intricate steps. I will go over a quick overview of what all I had to do, and then we'll show you guys how to set everything up. And then I'll tell you guys what I think of the product, how much it actually helps. We'll see. What I do know about these is that they are mainly there to help boost signal when it's low, but they will not find signal when it's not present. So if you're in a complete dead zone, this type of thing won't help you. But if you're in an area where you get like 1 or 2 bars and like it's, you think you'll have data or something like that, or a message and you can't make a phone call go through, it should help with that. One important thing to remember about these is that they do need to be registered with your cellular company. One thing that I encountered is I use a company that borrows other providers' signals, and I wasn't able to register this through my company, but I was able to use my girlfriend's phone and register it through hers. So I got a workaround. You can find things like that, but that's just something to keep in mind before buying one of these, is you need to make sure that your company will let you register a cell phone booster. All right, guys, I've got everything that comes in the package laid out here. So this is the module, if you want to call it. It comes with, I think, 15 feet of cord. This is your internal antenna. So this is the antenna that I will install into the truck. It comes with a nice mount that will actually like rotate. You can flip this lever up and slide it over. So it doesn't always have to be in the upright position. We've got a spring for the antenna. This is the antenna head. And then we've got kind of an antenna pole here. So all this will go together. I'll go ahead and install this and show you guys. All right, guys, so I have actually got the antenna and everything mounted. So as you can see here, we've got a lever, and that will allow us to pivot this. And then I kind of take it back. I'm not going to mount this to the extruded aluminum. I'm going to mount it to the mounting points where the extruded aluminum will go. Just because of the way this folds, this would actually get in the way of the other bar on the extruded aluminum where I was thinking about putting it. So I'm going to put it sideways on the truck, and then when I need it, I'll flip it out, lock it in. It'll be like that, and then when I don't need it, I can drop it down, and it'll be stowed away. All right, so I ran the wire through the firewall. Right now I've just got it taped here. I've actually got a wire cover that will run alongside. It's similar to what I have over on that side, but I forgot to bring it. And then I ran it up to the roof rack, and then we'll hop up here, and I'll show you guys what I did up here. So I've mounted it on this slide track here. And then, bear with me, I'm balancing. I can flip this, lift the whole antenna up, flip it back down, and it'll lock down. There we go. So it's locked in that position. So when you're out, you can flip it up, flip it down when you want to keep it stowed like this. And the reason why I didn't mount it on the T-track is because I didn't want this extra height here. I'm going to be removing these soon. So I want to keep this as sleek as possible. That way it doesn't catch on branches and things while I'm off-roading. So it's still a mess in here, but I just kind of stuck the box here between my seat, ran the wires. I have too good a phone service here, so I'm going to tomorrow drive out to somewhere where I don't have as good a phone service to hook all this stuff up. So we'll see you guys then. All right, guys, we're back. We're out in the middle of nowhere. This is the best place that I know of that's close to me without any phone service. When I say without any phone service, I get a very tiny amount. It's usually enough to pretend it's going to make a phone call, but won't actually make a phone call. So we'll go ahead and test everything out. I wanted to show you that this is what I bought, and this is like a rubber sheath that you can stick to things and then run your cables inside of it. I've got the same thing over there. If you guys would like, I can leave an affiliate link. Just let me know in the comments and I will leave you that affiliate link for that. And then as you can see with the antenna, I flipped it up. They do say that obviously the higher you can get these up, the better you are. Well, my rig is very tall, so you know, if you want tall, I should be pretty well covered in that circumstance. So before we do anything, why don't we just try and do a test? This is just a data test to see what I can do. I ran one earlier and it just flat out failed. It wouldn't get anything. And then if it does the same thing, we'll turn it on, which I've just got it plugged in right here. Let's give this a second and see if it will go ahead and connect and run the test. And as you guys can see, it's just not doing anything. Once we actually turn, oh, it's actually just decided to go ahead and do something. Let's see what it does. We're getting 1.9, 2.0. That's really not bad for out here. It's better than I would have expected. My concern with it is that it took so long. There we go. It errored out. So the data works, but just very slightly for a short amount of time. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and turn this on. There's just a little button in there. And then we'll give it a second to initialize everything, because I believe it takes a minute. And then we'll go ahead and try it again. We can see here we're showing 4G, maybe 1-2 bars. For some reason my camera will not focus. There we go. 4G. All right. Just trying to test. Let's see how it does. All right, so we immediately got 2, 3. The important thing is it should actually run through the entire test and then do an upload test as well. Let's see, will it get through and do the upload test? Yes, it did. Alright, so we've got a download speed of 2.28 average. And now it is doing the upload test. So previously, without the cell phone booster, it wouldn't even do the download test completely. It errored out. Looks like our upload speeds are really slow, but upload speeds typically are a little bit slower than download speeds. Alright, it actually finished the test. Upload speed is 0.12, download speed 2.28. Let's just see if it will potentially stream a YouTube video. I don't know whether it will or won't. Alright, I clicked on my latest YouTube video. This is on the Core 4-tire inflation system.
Try the new
And it is actually working.
Or order online and create your own web pizza. You can
Turn
order
this
pizza
down.
just like Spider-Man. Too much like Spider-Man. Create your own pepperoni pizza and see Spider-Man.
So it's obviously slow, but it is actually streaming YouTube. So that's a pretty good sign. I mean, all right, and then to do a true side-by-side comparison, we're going to turn it off. We're going to go ahead and close YouTube, reopen it, which you can't see what I just did, but I closed YouTube. We're going to reopen it and see if it will actually pull that video back up. I get the feeling it won't. Yeah, it won't do anything. Oh, we've finally got the channel. Let's see if we can get to the channel. It's taken far too long. I wouldn't have patience for this normally. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you some of the apps that help with this. So we've got Cell Network Info Lite, and this actually gives us a real reading of the signals we're getting. In this area, I'm getting -120. When you set this all up, they want you to have it in an area less than 80 or -80. So we are far less than that. And then what we've also got is they have their own app for this thing. Let's find it. It is Signal Supervisor. So it should be right here. All right. So this right here is their app. So we're going to go ahead and turn this back on. And then it will connect. We'll flip back over to this. So we were at -120. And you can see we immediately went up to -112. So the signal here is still not super, but it's definitely better than it was. They've also got a speed tester here. Let's try this. So on this speed tester, we're getting almost 5. And then here in a second, I'll turn it off and we will try it again on this one. Yeah, once again, upload's not ever going to be real fast, especially on mobile networks. All right, let's call that done. Yep, so we got 4.9 up, 1.99 kbps. Let's back out of this. Cancel, we don't want to exit. We want the gauge. All right, now real time, you guys are going to watch me turn it off.
And then this guy right here will drop down. See, drop down to negative 123. We'll start this again. Yeah, it won't even try it. Yep. So, I mean, I think that says everything for the functionality of the signal booster. One last thing, I forgot I was going to show you their app. So I just turned it back on. Let's try and get this to close. Okay, whatever. We'll close this all out. Let's jump on here. When it recognizes that the little receiver is on, which it is, it just popped up. I've currently got it floating down here. I need to still hook and loop it. I'm going to probably put it right here. But you can see the little Bluetooth signal. And then that will show, we'll be able to see all of our gains and all this stuff. So as you can see here, I'm in the green for everything. So I think I'm getting the best performance that I can. It still says poor, but I'm not sure what. I think that's just the fact that I have poor service here in general. You've got a couple different screens you can go through, your different broadcasting bands that everything's working on. I don't know enough about this. I'm not nerdy about that. So we'll back out. You can go here. You've got some of your name settings. I'm going to block this out so you can't see that. You can register this to yourself. You know, you've got a bunch of different settings. There's a frequently asked questions and an install guide and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully for an install guide, you might be coming to me. All right, and as you guys can see there, it was able to work just fine. Wasn't fast, but it worked with the signal booster, whereas my data just doesn't work at all without it. So that's pretty impressive. One thing I would like to say is that they did send this product to me, so I guess take that with what you will. They didn't pay me to make the video or anything like that, but they sent it to me, asked me to try it out and give my honest opinions, and I like it. I think for somebody who's going to be going out, especially more in the East or Midwest where there's a lot of woods and things like that, this is a direct competitor to potentially Starlink. Starlink's got some major advantages in some places, but where it doesn't is in the woods. When there's a bunch of tree cover and stuff like that, Starlink doesn't get a very good signal, if any signal, and you have problems with it. I've got a lot of friends with Starlink. I don't have it yet. I would love to get it, but I just currently don't want to add any more monthly subscriptions or anything like that to my monthly finances. So right now we're just trying to save some money and rock with what we've got. I'm already paying a cell phone bill, so why not try and make the cell phone work a little better? And then we can just go over some of my closing thoughts on it. First of all, it's a little bit expensive. That's really just a personal thing, and whether you're willing to spend that kind of money, or in some cases, it could probably make more sense for some people to buy Starlink. But what I will say is this is a buy once, cry once situation. Once you buy it, it works. You don't have any monthly subscriptions or anything like that, which is what I really like about it. I really like the mount that this came with. I do wish that I could have mounted it maybe like 180 out, and the swivel, instead of going like this, went like this, and then I could have mounted it to the T-track. One thing that I was really worried about is in the manual, when you Google these things, they really make a big deal about having the antenna like enough space away than the inside receiver. In my case, having the antenna directly above me in the driver's seat and then the antenna down on the floor, the inside antenna on the floor, it still had good signal boost. My signal was still like 50, which was what the manual calls for. So I guess in my case, it worked pretty well. I can't guarantee everyone will have that same experience, but for me, it worked really easily. Right now, my rooftop tent is blocking the entire back portion of the rack, which kind of stops me from being able to mount the antenna any further back. I put it about where I want it, and that way, if I do decide I need it, I just pop my door open, stand up, flip the antenna up, and then we're good to go. One con that I can think of is that, especially for taller trucks like this, if you leave this up, you are definitely in the 9 to 10 foot area on height. Definitely catch you could definitely catch branches, as you can see here, potentially like the little things on top of the fast food deals. So this is definitely something that you want to deploy when you need and put down when you don't. One positive is it does have this spring on here, and I kind of tested it out. This will bend over quite a bit, so hopefully if you do ever catch it on something, the spring will just let it flip down rather than ripping it off, but we still don't want to do that. Well, all right, guys, that's what I've got on the Travel 3.0 ExplorerX. I think it's a pretty cool little unit. It should definitely help in areas where you don't necessarily have good phone service. It obviously won't make phone service appear where it doesn't exist, but if you've just got a little bit of phone service and you can't get a phone call through or send a text message, this might just be able to get you enough to send it out. And sometimes that could be in a dire situation. If you guys want to go back a couple videos ago, my buddy flipped his excursion, and if there would have been medical necessities that happened during that, this could have been the difference between someone dying and living. So I definitely think it's a cool idea. I think it's great to have. I hope you don't need it, but it's always good to have a fire extinguisher in case you have a fire, so it's good to have a cell phone booster if you need some more service. Well, alright guys, if you like this video, please remember to like, share, subscribe, comment your thoughts below. Follow me on my Facebook, follow me on my Instagram, all that different stuff. I'm across a lot of different platforms, do a lot of different things. And I believe down on YouTube there's a little subscribe feature. You can do that. You can do whatever. Just thanks for watching and have a good day, guys.